Hello everyone. Welcome back to the monthly class. And tonight we're doing the North Node in Scorpio. Wow. Scorpio, the intense sign, the water sign who has extreme emotion, black and white, who is very deep, very spiritual, but also very extremely intense and have a lot of energy. Everyone heard about the magnetism of Scorpio. When a Scorpio enters the room, everyone see him or her, everyone hear him or her. So tonight, our monthly class, we are talking about the North Node in Scorpio, which means the South Node is in Taurus, right? It's always the opposite side. And a little bit about reincarnation as we use to start the class always with that. Behind, each configuration in your chart, it's hidden a treasure of information about reincarnation. The astrologers that know how to read the chart in terms of reincarnation, in terms of past life. And it's a very delicate subject because we have to be very careful. We cannot do mistakes. We cannot just invent things. Those are things that are written in the chart. But the chart, as you know, and as I repeated always time and time again, the chart is the blueprint of your soul. It contains the whole past lives, not just one. It contains the present and it contains the future. And that's what we're going to learn tonight about one configuration. Welcome, everyone and whoever is new tonight here. Welcome. We are talking about the North Node in Scorpio. So as I do always, I start my class with a reincarnation story about how to explain and how to show you how reincarnation works. We've had amazing stories until now, and tonight it's not less than an amazing story also about reincarnation and about what's happening when the soul leaves the body or when we come back from past life and remember. This time is a Tibetan story. It's a Tibetan righteous, which they call, and a spiritual high soul, which they call the Karmapa. The Karmapa is like a high soul that lives in the 16th century. And this person who was very, very high spiritually died, But before he died, sorry, not in the 16th century. It was the 16th Karmapa in the lineage of the spiritual leaders and righteous soul. It was the 16th one. This person lived in the United States and died in the United States in November 1981. He had a very, very loyal student, like every leader, spiritual leader has always a little group of loyal students that continue the way and go after them. So this person, this Karmapa, had a very, very loyal student. And this Karmapa asked the student, because in the Indian religion, it's normal to, when a person dies, that they go to the crematorium and burn the body and and put ashes, pull all the ashes in the box, and it's a whole ritual, spiritual ritual. So before this person died, this Karmapa died, he asked the students, before the crematory, when they take the body, because he knew he would die, he said, when they take the body to the crematory, please take a tooth. Don't let them burn the body without taking one of my tooth and give it to that other person who he named it, and he gave the name, and he said, please give the tooth to him. Okay. The student said, of course, I will do that, and no problem. Time passed. The Karmapa died in November 1981. In the midst of all this, the student forgot to take the tooth. And so they cremated the body. He went to the crematorium, they cremated the body, and after it happened, he remembered, oh my God, the tooth, my spiritual teacher, how can I correct that? It's like amazing, not amazing, but like very, very hurtful for him not to have done what, the last wish of his teacher. Before the teacher died also, the teacher wrote a letter, which the student knew about the letter, but he didn't know about the content of the letter. So the teacher wrote a letter. After the crematory, the letter came to him, and he opened it, and he read it. This letter contained how much to tell you when a person is spiritual, is very high, when they control the physical realm. This Karmapa, this 16 linear in line, Karmapa wrote in this letter before he died where he will reincarnate in next life, how he will reincarnate, in who he will reincarnate, and which city he will reincarnate. That's not amazing? To know exactly where he will be, how he will be, with who he will be, and even the city and the address and the family where he will reincarnate. The student was shocked and not, because he knew that his teacher was very high spiritually and he could really connect to those to this information. So he took that letter. And he went a few years later, right? Not right away. He went to this city, to this family, and the family had a little boy who was born 2-3 years before the student came to this family. It was in June 85, so from 81 to 85, so 4 years in between. So the student asked to see the little boy, and he immediately recognized his teacher in the eyes of this little boy. So the first thing that the student said to this little boy is say, I promised you to do something before you died, and I didn't do it. So what can I do now? And you know what, my friends, what the little boy did? He went to his room, he went under the carpet, took a milk teeth that fell probably a few nights ago, and gave it to the student. And this is how there is a lot more in the story, of course. And I read it in the book, which I'm sorry I didn't write the title of the book, but maybe if you email me or write me on Instagram, I can give you the title. But there is a lot more details and story and other things. But those are the main thing, how amazing reincarnation can help. And of course, this person is not a normal reincarnation story like the other ones, because this person was very aware. He was a Karmapa, he was a high spiritual leader, he was a head of a community, and he was very, very, very into reincarnation and spirituality. And in the point that he knew where he will be reincarnated, and how, and who, and what, and which name, and which family, and which city, which is totally amazing. And the most amazing thing is that he left that letter before he died. No one read it. The student got the letter after he died, and he knew where to find his teacher, the reincarnation of his teacher. And this little boy became later on the 17th in line of the Karmapa and the spiritual leader, because he had the spark or part of the soul of the Karmapa previously. So that, we're giving him also, how amazing that he gave him the first thing that the teacher said to the little boy, I promised you something and I didn't do it. What can I do to correct? And the little boy gave him the teeth. And then the student went to that person that was promised the teeth of the Karmapa before, and gave him the teeth and the tooth and finished the cycle and finished the correction. So that's one of those, again, amazing story out there to really make us understand that reincarnation really exists, really help us, and really is there to give us the clue how to become a better person and how to finish the correction and the blockages that sometimes we are stuck in. So a fact, as I do always, a little bit of fact about reincarnation. I read a lot about reincarnation in Kabbalah, in other books to understand more. And one thing I came close to is like the biologists know that all living things in the universe, they have a code, right? They build with 4 letters. 4 letters. And not by coincidence also it's 4 letters. It's according to the tetragrammaton, which is 4 letters, Yud, Ke, Vav, Ke. So, but this is also another connection. But everything in this universe is built with 4 letters. Even the science agree with that. Those 4 letters are the letter A, T, C, and G. Those are the genetic alphabet of the DNA, right? The DNA. So they represent the chemicals that combine and create the necessary instruction to build the protein that support life in the body. That's not amazing? How the light, the universe, created the body, you understand, with sequences, with energy. That's why we have the alphabet, the Hebrew alphabet letter. But this is why this is the energy. Each letter represents a bottle of energy, represents an angel or a bottle of energy that we can tap into. And when we form letters, they have power. They have a deepness, they have a sense into it. So those 4 letters of everything that support life, basically, right? If we want to call it like this, they make the protein that support life, which means support the body and make the body stay alive, right? It's similar to the alphabet, to the Hebrew alphabet, which according to Kabbalah, the universe is built on the genetic Hebrew alphabet also, consisting of 22 Aramaic letters. 22 Aramaic letter, which is the Aleph, Bet, Gimel, like until the last letter. And each configuration of this letter contain the reincarnation movie. So the genetic alphabet letter is contained the genetic of reincarnation, right? Because it contains the memory of past life. The Kabbalah, the universe, is built from a genetic Hebrew letter, the 22 letters combined, and it contains the reincarnation. So this with that combined, it gives us all the past life memories, all the past life fears, all the past life blockages, or anything like this, which, and it's a movie, and it's billions of combination. How amazing. There is no machine in the world, or no robot in the world, or no program in the world that can understand that. This is the creation of God. This is the creation of the universe. The human being is the most complex, yet the most simple creation of the whole universe. No, most developed technologically robot can not even arrive to 1% of what the body, the human being is, and how God created the body. This is a real proof of God's existence, of the universe, of the energy in the universe, and that we are connected to a higher self more than what we see physically with the 5 senses. But I can talk about it until tomorrow. This is another subject of class. Let's continue with the South Node in Taurus, because we're talking about the North Node, which is the correction. First, we have to know and we have to understand what happened in the South Node, right? In past, South Node represents the past life. So, South Node Taurus, those people, those souls are confronted with one of the most difficult karma. Remember, when it was North Node in Taurus, the reverse of that, it's the most difficult karma in the zodiac. Now it's the reverse, it's the South Node Taurus. It's also the most difficult karma into changes. South Node Taurus people have very much difficulty to change, to get into, to jump into different situations, to jump into different physical even, it's extremely difficult for them. They lack their routine, they lack their consistency, they lack their platform, they lack their stability. And to make them change and make them move and make them change ideas or even move physically, it's very, very, not that they don't do it, they will, but it's very difficult for them to get them to this point. This is the Plutonian force of Scorpio. And we entered also the month of Scorpio. So the South Node in Taurus, it means the North Node in Scorpio. So we did those souls, those people deal with the Plutonian, power and energy field of Scorpio, which sometimes work like hypnotism. We can feel hypnotized by a Scorpio, like you can say whatever you want or they want, and you said yes, because it's like the magnetism, the hypnotism power of Scorpio can control someone, and that's their purpose when they are not spiritual. Nearly all those nodes has past life combined with witchcraft, with control freak, with pain, with endurance, with suffering. It's a very, very hard and very heavy also South Node in Taurus and North Node in Scorpio. One of the most common thing of the South Node in Scorpio, the South Node in Taurus, is to learn how to let go. Let go about material, let go about physical things like food and material and complaisance. Let me explain to you that. Let go, when I say letting go about material or food, it doesn't mean that we cannot be rich, we cannot be wealthy, we cannot enjoy that. Not at all. We can be all that, and there is no problem at all. I'm not saying we need to live in a mountain and and meditate there and not be attached to any material. I'm not saying that. I love my perfume, my Chanel perfume. I love my shoes and my nice clothes. It's not a problem at all to have all that. But the consciousness, we talking about consciousness here. When the consciousness is completely a servant of the material, that's where the problem is. When you are above that, you can use all those beautiful material if they can serve you and make you feel more comfortable, more beautiful, more appreciative. It's not a problem. But when you are in control, not when the material is in control of you. And that's what I mean when I say let go about the material. Let go about the control that the material can provoke. I've seen people in my life, and I've met people that their whole purpose in life is to go shopping every day. And I'm not saying it's a problem, but the problem is that they are controlled by the shopping. The shopping controls them. They do not control what they want. Even if they want something else, the addiction is going to there or whatever, buying or shopping or whatever they do. That's the problem. So you know the difference. This is one of the nodes to reflect that and to understand that sometimes we are controlled by the physical, by the 1% more than what we want. And that's why I spoke about the fact in reincarnation that we have that DNA inside us that can control the material and not the reverse situation. So we're not allowed, you understand what I mean, right? I hope, yes. I know I cannot hear you answer now, but I'm sure I will get all your messages and I will answer them. Often believe that others have secret motives. That's what they think in their mind. When they are not spiritual, when they are controlled by the material and the comfort and, do that for me, buy that for, I want to buy, I want to have, I want to do. It's all material. The person lose themselves, lose the connection with God, lose the connection with the soul, and then they become slave of what they are and who they are and what they want to show to people and what they want to show to the world. You understand the difference. So and they become like suspicious, not trusting anyone, thinking everyone wants the money, or if they don't have money, thinking anyone wants something from them. It's becoming horrendous with creating movie in our head. We're not allowed to express, and be careful, North Node Taurus people out there, or if you know a North Node Taurus, be careful. You need to express yourself. You need to take out all this energy, all these emotions, all these tremendous power that's inside and need to communicate. Because when it's not, and when you're not allowed to communicate, or you don't have a platform to communicate, this energy turns into rage and into anger and into frustration, and it's blowing out everything. It's like a volcano in eruption. The Taurus, they know how to be very patient, but when they achieve the time, when the patient achieve the limit, it's finished. They blow like volcano, and the lava is running down through everyone, and they don't care, because they reach the point of, I don't care, I take out everything. So be careful of those big outbursts. Deeply scared of being hurt. So what they do? They block. They create a wall, they create a door, and they don't open this door until they really start the process of trusting someone. And believe me, it can take very long before they open the door or they trust someone. Stuck on old pattern. Memories of people, memories of past life, of how they suffered or when they suffered, or if someone, Taurus has a very good memory, and they will remember, especially South Node in Taurus, they will remember what you tell them maybe 10 years ago or 5 years ago, what the parents tell them when they were young, if it's something that hurt them and it was not good for them to hear, or they were hurt, they will remember. So this is the moment to understand and to release. That also part of the let go. Let go about the physical control, that the physical doesn't control you. Let go about the old memory and also the blockage in the old pattern. Whatever pattern, can be food, can be sex, can be alcohol, can be shopping, can be anger, can be reactive, can be not changing pattern. It doesn't matter what kind of pattern. Really, this is the time. With this South Node in Taurus, this is the time to completely learn how to let go. And what do I mean by let go? It's one by one. We cannot change ourselves overnight. Or, I wish I have the magic formula to give you, yes? We sleep at night, we wake up in the morning, and everything is perfectly fine, and we are corrected, and we move on. If we move on like this, we cannot be in this world. This world allows us to do our tikkun, and all the time that we're here. And I wish everyone 190 years of healthy and blessings and joy in their life. And all the time we are here in this world, it means we have to do a karma. From one to another, to another, to another. Even if we finish one cycle, we have another cycle, and we have another cycle. It's never finished until the end, until 190 years. Sometimes becoming blind to new opportunities because the fear of changes, the fear of new things, or the unknown of a new path, this person has sometimes very blindsided of new opportunities and new changes. His great need of possession make it difficult to enjoy what he owns. Why? Because he's always afraid to lose it. He's always afraid that someone is here to take it. He's afraid that someone will push him out and will take his place. And that's the fear. That's the fear that the South Node Taurus is deal with that every day. And that's one big part of the let go that they need to do. Extremely stubborn Taurus people out there. South Node Taurus out there. Extremely stubborn. It's their way or the highway. If you remember when I spoke about the Taurus sign and the new moon of Taurus, I said that people at Taurus are the most stubborn sign in the whole zodiac. When they for the good or for the bad, right? Because it's going together. For the good, when they have an idea, when they have a goal, they don't take no for an answer. They do, and even doesn't matter how long they take until they achieve their goal, which is amazing power. But for the bad, it's the same. If they want to do something bad, and doesn't matter, even the Pope come to them and tell them it's not right, they will continue to do it if they think is the right solution for them. They could put themselves in dangerous situation because they are so stubborn and so seeing part when they are stubborn, part of the picture that they don't see the danger. They don't feel the danger because they are inside this bubble that they want to achieve, they want to get it, they want to achieve it. So no one can tell them otherwise, or they will get fired, or they will get out of the door. So they can get problems with police, with law. With prison. This is the danger of this South Node in Taurus. And difficult to confront his own weaknesses. That's why it's very, very difficult to change for the South Node in Taurus and to jump into from one situation to another. But they are doing it slower than other signs, probably yes, but they are doing it. So let's see the correction, right? What's the next one? What's the correction? What those people with the South Node in Taurus has to do to correct all this and to become the best version of themselves? Well, one thing is for sure is the North Node in Scorpio. It's always the opposite. South Node represents past life. North Node represents the correction, this life. What do we have to do to correct and to become a better version of ourselves? Inner independency needs to transform and become complete independence. Inner dependency, dependent on the food, on the shopping, on the sex, on the money, on the control, on the position, because that's slavery. That's what I was talking about. So this inner dependency on something material to hold on needs to let go and become completely independent, still enjoying the fruits of all the material world. No problem at all. But becoming independent, spiritually freedom, having that freedom of choosing, of closing the door to the five senses and connecting to the higher and to the upper world. Very difficult process of correction of the karma, because the Taurus is very, very stubborn, as we said. So it's very difficult process to go through and to make them understand the right path when they are in the wrong one. Need to learn to let go. That's the one of the biggest correction of the South Node in Taurus and the North Node in Scorpio. Need to go because they're controlling. They are so afraid of losing that they're amassing blockages and fears after blockages just because they don't want to lose. They don't want to let go. So they need to learn how, start with small things. I'm not saying to let go of the big things right away. Start with very small things, and little by little and step by step, you will see how things will change and will move and will open new perspective for you. That's the point. Need to reach the point where they can see clearly, where they can see, okay, I made a mistake, it's not right, I need to let go, I've been stubborn, I didn't lean to anyone, I didn't listen to anyone. Now is the time for me to listen and to let go. And the fear will be there still, even if you let go, because it's a process one by one until the fear completely disappears. And we need to go through that process, and there is no other way. There is no shortcut or jumping on the side or jumping to the 12th floor directly. No, we will have to go from the first floor to the 12th floor and go through all that process. Not to take life as a burden, because sometimes it's a burden for Taurus people to change, to go through a process, to go through listening to others and to make change in their life. It's a lot for them, right? Taking them out of their comfort zone. So they need to take the commitment that life is not a burden, and they listen to others. When someone, of course not everyone and not every day, but when someone really comes from the bottom of their heart and they give them an advice, at least, if you don't want to do it, but at least listen and really take this opportunity to think, should I do it or not? Not just listen politely and go and don't say, I don't care what this person says. No, take that in and really feel, okay, is it right or is it not right? Should I do it or should I not do it? I can try and see. So at least give it a try in your thought, physically, anything, but listen to others. Great benefit of helping others. The best correction for those South Node Taurus is to go out of the comfort zone and be out there and help others. The more you help, the more you receive light, and the more you create, the more you give, the more you receive, and the more you create this pattern of endless and the circle of endless life. And that's it, the endless life, yes, and endless light. And that's the secret of South Node in Taurus. The let go and the sharing. Very, very important, the sharing. And they will help them let go about the material possessions, the consciousness behind the material possession, the servant, like becoming a servant behind the material possession, and let go about the fear and the trust and the suspicion, and really becoming real, becoming themselves connected to the soul. Great benefit of helping others, and this is really will help achieve the goals. In return, people will give them back their love, because people will feel the love, people will feel the care. And believe me, when Taurus put in his mind to help others and to care about others and to love others, they are there 100%. It takes time to get there, but when they are there 100%, not 101%, not just 1%, one step forward. And they are loyal, and they are, until death will separate, they are there loyal. That's real Taurus, and that's real commitment. It takes them a long time to get there, but when they are there, and they're really, really, really doing it. So it's amazing to see that. In the wealth, possession, material, and comfort, where the goals in this life, they need to include spirituality. That's what I was saying, the spiritual part of it, that the wealth, the possessions, the material, the five senses will not control them. They will control that. They will enjoy it when they want, and they will close it when they don't want. And that's how they are in control of their own life and of their own desires. And if they include spirituality in their life, this is the secret to save them, simply. Not to be servant of this control, material, possessions, anything that can make the Taurus, the South Node Taurus, like a servant, like really a slave in a way of this desire to receive just for oneself alone. But when they enjoy it and then retract and continue the spiritual path, and then again enjoy it and then retract, and on and off like this is really the right way. In this life, work with unity is extremely essential to the South Node Taurus. Very, very much. Make him understand the value of people. Past life, they work alone, those kind of people. They control, they were very, very capable, yes? They controlled, they organized, they did everything alone. They had no help. So they achieved, but not according to their potential. This life, with letting go about the fear, about the control, about possession, about the slavery idea of behind the possession or anything connected to stubbornness and Taurus, and really letting go and including spirituality in their life, they will make them understand the value of people. Because of past life, they work alone. This life, they need to connect to people, work with unity, and listen to others, and really understand the value of each individual. So that's the correction of the South Node Taurus and the North Node in Scorpio. The best way now is to understand the month of Scorpio, as we do usually. The month of Scorpio. So, the month of Scorpio is the 8th month in the lunar Kabbalistic calendar, right? Like Aries is ruled by Mars, and it's ruled by a name after, the Roman god of war, right? And it's co-ruled by Pluto, our dear Scorpios, right? Mars and Pluto. Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. Mars is the planet of war, but it's the planet of action. It's the planet of manifestation. As we know, the North Node Scorpio and the Scorpio people are people that manifest. When they want something, when they decide something, when they want to do something, they are manifested. They don't wait. The light God will come to their place and help them build the office or the product or the company. They do. They connect to people. They call people. They make the whole world go upside down until they get the goal and they really manifest something. So this is the power of the Scorpio. The month is often viewed as this month of Scorpio, of the North Node Scorpio, is often viewed as a very difficult month because of the extremeness of Scorpio, right? It's or black or white, and then go to the horrible moods to the most uplifting moods. Like they can go from one way to another. So it's very draining. It's very tiring for people and for Scorpio people and the month of Scorpio. And this is why this month is viewed as a very, very difficult month. As the Kabbalists explain, this month also there is an element of challenge because of the Scorpio, right? But as long as we have certainty to overcome those challenges, the outcome will be always positive. And that's what Scorpio and North Node in Scorpio needs to learn in this life. The certainty with the light, not certainty with themselves. Because how much we can trust ourselves, how much we can trust a human being. A human being is here, he do mistakes. Of course, there is brilliant human being out there, right? But they can do mistakes. They can give the wrong advice sometimes. Or they simply don't know the answer. But the certainty with the light is the highest point that any human being, not just the North Node in Scorpio, any human being can achieve that. This North Node in Scorpio, this certainty with the light, knowing that the universe is there, have our back, and help us throughout all those challenges. And the world is going through challenges, as we can see, everywhere. So it's helping us really putting our life into perspective and our goals into a perspective, and to help us overcoming the challenge with this certainty. The gift of this month of Scorpio is when we fall, we always have the power to rise again. That's the power of Scorpio. We understand when it's like the snake, when the skin of the snake, a new skin is coming back automatically. And this is the Scorpio power. When you put him down, when you want to kill the Scorpio, when you want to eliminate Scorpio, they go down sometimes. Very difficult to put them down, by the way. They go down, but when they go down, they always have the essence and the seed level in them to raise again and to be on the 2 feet again and to fight again, even more powerful than before. And that's the power of Scorpio. And that's what we have to connect to the North Node in Scorpio. This power of no matter what happened to them and no matter how big the challenge is to them, they will always have the power to stand up again and to move on. And it's amazing. It's amazing, this power, because it's like renewal, life renewal all the time. They don't take defeat. They don't go to defeat and stop there. Even if they have a defeat, they move on and they continue. And we need to really, all of us, to connect to that powerful energy of renewal and of rising up again all the time. I think, this is one of the most powerful things of a Scorpio. The understanding that we cannot elevate to the highest level without falling and rising again. Scorpio understand that very well. Some people, when they get down, they get up a little bit, they fell down, they get up, and then, most of the time they stay down because they don't have the power anymore to step up and raise above those challenges. Scorpio will never will never get in this consciousness, never ever, because Scorpio, for Scorpio, always dying and birth, death and birth. That's Scorpio. That's black and white. That's the power of Scorpio. So they will never acknowledge the defeat, because the falling, it means the rising again. That's how Scorpio thinks. Blessings cannot come, blessings always come with curses. Light and darkness always come together. And this month, in order to draw the light of blessings, we need to connect and to be light all the time. What do I mean by being light? Being proactive, being spiritual, raising above the challenges, raising above the dark thoughts and the negative process. That's how the North Node in Scorpio. Certainty that there is a power, not us. We cannot do it ourselves. We cannot do it on our own. We need unity. We need teamwork. That's, remember, in the South Node and the North Node, we need teamwork. We need unity. We need to help others. You give and you receive. The only way to receive is to give first. You want love? Give love. You want attention? Give attention. You want promotion? Give promotion. Make people feel good. This is how it works. This is the law of the universe. So this is about the whole month of Scorpio. We have now the 72 names, as I do usually, connected to the month of Scorpio and connected to the North Node in Scorpio. And this 72 name is Yud, Chet, Vav, revealing the dark side. Of course, revealing the dark side of Scorpio, taking it to the light and making it into a sharing and a human being of light. Yud, Chet, Vav. Release the need of controlling others. When Scorpio allows the water side, the mercy side of him, the water who is can be very judgment, but can be also mercy. When they allow this mercy side to emerge, they can transform their nature and ascend the highest level of consciousness, because that's the potential of Scorpio, to achieve one of the signs that can achieve the highest level of consciousness, the North Node in Scorpio. So see how much potential they have and how much power they have. So we came to the angel of the month. So what we do, the angel is the angel Gabriel. Of course, the angel which can be a lot of judgment, as the Scorpio. Ask the angel. I would like everyone to ask, do meditation, not now, but later. Ask the angel Gabriel for help in releasing the need of controlling others. Really, the need of control other people or situation or anything. Really release that need. Yes, you have to care if you have business or if you have a family, 100%. But release the need. Control and care is completely different. And sometimes people mix it together. Oh, I care. It's not care, it's control. So we have always to ask ourselves, where do I stand? In the control side or in the care side? If it's the care side, it's okay, I can continue. If it's the control side, I have to stop and find out what I want to control and why I want to control, and to fix it in order to move on in a higher level of consciousness. So Gabriel is here tonight with this class to help us understand, meditate on the angel Gabriel to help us let go about this control. The part of the body, and guess what, my friends, was the part that connected to Scorpio, I assume a lot of you guessed already, is the sexual part. You are right, and this is the most important organ for a Scorpio, because it's the most important part of their body that they reveal light in that. Sexual energy, a relationship, emotional relationship, it's extremely important for Scorpio. And they need that in order to regenerate themselves and to connect themselves to the higher levels all the time. Scorpio of both gender, men and women, yes, are often deemed sexy. They emanate from them this sexiness, this energy of magnetism, power, and control. That's how they attract the attention of people and control their emotion when they are not spiritual. But both can become destructive if they misuse this energy. Of course, with too much control, with too much sexual energy, with too much selfishness, of course you can get to the destructive behavior, thoughts, everything. So be careful that the balance will not go that way, but will go the way of mercy and sharing and certainty and helping others and valuing yourself and others. So we came to the last part of the class. Sorry about that. We came to the last part of the class. We are coming, so it's about the workshop. Workshop, it's like tonight, it's about the North Node in Scorpio, right? So tonight it's put yourself, all the North Node Scorpio are there, all the Scorpio signs are there, all the Scorpio moon are rising out there, people, or whoever has a lot of Scorpio in their chart. And even if you don't have anything in Scorpio, I suggest you to do this workshop, because anyway it will help every one of us. So put yourself, I would like you to choose a situation when it's very, very, very uncomfortable for you, and put yourself in that situation when you let go about if it's a thing, if it's an event, if it's an emotion, if it's a person, if it's an object, if it's a situation, doesn't matter what. When you really, really let go, you don't control that emotion, situation, person, object, doesn't matter what, you don't control that anymore, and you do in meditation first, and you really release, and you imagine yourself without that situation, without that person, without that object, and project yourself. How would you feel without that? You know, you have to reprogram your mind, because the fear hold and the control appear. It comes from fear. Control comes from fear, because the person is in lack of certainty. They are not sure, so they want to control. You are mind. It's my object. It's my food. It's my money. It's my work. It's my person, my wife, or my husband, or my person. That it comes from. So when we let go, if it might be just a feeling, not necessarily a physical person or a physical situation, might be a feeling, but I really want you to really think. First, you have to choose situation, and that situation has to make you very uncomfortable inside. Just the thought of letting go of that thing, doesn't matter what it is, make you uncomfortable. This is the right thing to do, and this is the right thing to choose. So I hope you'll do it. Please go on my Instagram, tell me what's your story, how you did it, and how you overcome it. I would love to hear all of you. Thank you very much, and see you next time.